Hi guys, how you doing? This video's going to be just a bit of a chat. I want to bring you up to date on what's going on in the world from my perspective. Those of you that follow me on Facebook or on Instagram or anything like that probably know some of this. But I've been waiting for some time to have an operation, and on Friday I had it. Before you start wondering, it's something that I've been waiting for a long time, and I have had functional endoscopic sinus surgery as well as an endoscopic septoplasty, which is effectively a nose job, not to put too fine a point on it, and it's to correct the long-term effects of some injuries that I've had. I've obviously, like most of you, I've broken my nose many times. Actually, that's not true. I've almost never broken my nose, but other people have broken my nose a number of times. Yes, Mark Randall, I'm looking at you. But the first thing was when I was a small child, I fell, and this is a bit odd, you know sink plungers? And the old-fashioned ones have like a metal disc around them. I fell from quite a height onto one of those directly across the bridge of my nose, and it cut the skin clean open and it smashed the bone underneath. It was a bit of a mess, and that was stitched up and it's all fine, but what it did is it left me with a slightly deformed facial bone just around there, and having my nose broken several times has caused a build-up of scarring and some septal deviation. So over the years what had happened is all the sinuses on the left hand side of my face had effectively become completely blocked. The first thing that the doctors did was they did a CT scan and pretty much showed that there was almost no sinus at all on that side. So that's all been cleaned out, it's all been reconstructed. If you look closely, you can see I've got this lovely little piece of string that comes out of my nostril and up the side of my face, and it's held in place with some tape, which is delightful. And that's, as far as I can tell, attached to a spacer that is inside my sinus cavity, holding everything open and in the correct place. I'm going to the hospital to have that removed next week, and hopefully that will be the first step along the way to recovery. I'm not allowed to train at all for 2 weeks. I'm not allowed to do anything particularly energetic for another 2 weeks after that. I'm taking steroid sprays up my nose, I'm taking steroid tablets, I'm taking antibiotics, and officially I'm taking some painkillers. But if I'm being honest, it's not actually that painful. It's a bit odd. I'm not allowed to blow my nose, and I'm not supposed to sneeze, but that's quite tricky. So, yeah, I have to live with that. But the worst thing is I have to rinse my sinuses out 4 times a day. I'm using what's called a Neomed sinus rinse, which is just the most revolting thing in the world. Effectively, I'm spraying water up one nostril and rinsing all the crap that's building up in my sinuses out the other one. Which is bad enough at the best of times, but considering I've just had surgery on it, effectively what I'm doing is washing mountains of clotted blood out of my sinuses 4 times a day. It's improving, but it's not great. Anyway, I just thought I'd put a little video up, firstly to give you some of the gory details, to let you know where we're at, and so that when I record some videos over the next week or so, which I will be doing, I'll still be putting some fight breakdowns and hopefully some more stories of greatness. I'll still be putting those up, but I'll probably be talking as if I've got a blocked up nose, because I have, and also I'll have this strange piece of string sticking out of my nose. So yeah, so there you go. Have you had something like this? It's a surprisingly common operation, especially amongst people that have done any sort of combat. Give me a shout, let me know, stick something in the comments. If you like the idea of me being in pain and people cutting me with knives, then like this video, and please subscribe. This isn't what it's normally like. It's normally far more interesting and far less talk about snot and blood. Anyway, I'll shush now. Take care, guys.